You know what's interesting about people with extremely high IQ? Most people imagine them as effortlessly brilliant, quick answers, perfect logic, always ahead of everyone else. But psychology paints a more complicated picture. Research suggests that very high intelligence often comes with patterns of thought and behavior that are less obvious, sometimes even counterproductive. In fact, the traits associated with high IQ can look surprisingly ordinary or even flawed on the surface. Here are 10 surprisingly common habits found in people with extremely high IQ. The first is overthinking simple decisions. In everyday situations, highly intelligent individuals often take longer to choose, even when the stakes are low. This is partly due to increased activity in the prefrontal cortex, the region responsible for complex reasoning and scenario simulation. Instead of settling on the most likely outcome, they mentally explore multiple possibilities, weighing nuances others might ignore. Studies on cognitive load show that this depth of processing can actually slow decision-making. What looks like hesitation is often just a mind refusing to simplify. The second is a tendency toward mental restlessness. High IQ brains are rarely idle. They continuously generate ideas, connections, and questions. This constant stimulation is linked to heightened activity in the brain's default mode network, which is active during introspection and imagination. While this can foster creativity, it also makes relaxation difficult. Research from cognitive neuroscience suggests that such individuals may struggle to switch off. What appears to be distraction is often an overflow of internal thought. The third is skepticism toward conventional beliefs. People with high intelligence are more likely to question widely accepted ideas, not out of rebellion, but due to analytical thinking styles. This aligns with findings on cognitive reflection, where individuals override intuitive responses to examine deeper logic. They are less influenced by heuristics and more by evidence, even when it challenges social norms. Studies from institutions like the University of Oxford have linked higher IQ with reduced conformity. What seems like contrarian behavior is often just independent evaluation. The fourth is emotional sensitivity beneath a rational surface. While stereotypes suggest emotionally detached thinkers, research indicates that high IQ often correlates with heightened emotional awareness. This is sometimes described through the concept of overexcitability, identified in developmental psychology. Their brains process not only information deeply, but emotions as well. This can lead to intense internal experiences, even if they appear outwardly composed. What looks like calm logic may be layered over complex emotional depth. The fifth is a preference for solitude. Highly intelligent individuals often spend more time alone, not necessarily because they dislike people, but because solitude allows uninterrupted cognitive exploration. A study published in the British Journal of Psychology found that higher intelligence is associated with lower satisfaction from frequent social interaction. This doesn't mean isolation is preferred universally, but rather that social needs differ. What seems like withdrawal is often a choice to protect mental space. The sixth is a tendency to doubt their own competence. Despite high capability, many intelligent individuals experience what psychologists call the imposter phenomenon. This is partly linked to their awareness of how much they don't know, a contrast to the Dunning-Kruger effect seen in lower levels of expertise. The more they learn, the more gaps they perceive. Research suggests this self-doubt can coexist with high achievement. What appears as insecurity is often an accurate perception of complexity. The seventh is unconventional problem solving. Instead of following standard methods, high IQ individuals often approach problems from unexpected angles. This is tied to cognitive flexibility, the ability to shift perspectives and generate novel solutions. Neuroscience research shows that this involves coordination between multiple brain networks, including executive and associative systems. Their answers may seem unusual at first, but often reveal deeper insight. What looks like deviation is often innovation. Now consider this for a moment. Many of these behaviors, overthinking, solitude, skepticism, are often misunderstood. They can be mistaken for indecision, aloofness, or even arrogance. But sometimes these are actually signs of a mind processing the world with unusual depth. What appears distant on the surface may simply be a different way of engaging with reality. The eighth is difficulty relating to others. High IQ individuals may struggle to find conversations that match their level of abstraction or curiosity. This can create a sense of social mismatch, where communication feels either too simplified or misunderstood. Psychological research on social cognition suggests that differences in processing speed and complexity can affect interpersonal connection. It's not a lack of social ability, but a difference in cognitive alignment. What feels like disconnection is often a gap in perspective. The ninth is a strong drive for meaning over reward. Instead of being motivated primarily by external success, highly intelligent individuals often seek purpose, coherence, and intellectual fulfillment. This aligns with self-determination theory, which emphasizes intrinsic motivation. They are more likely to question whether something matters, not just whether it works. Studies in behavioral psychology show that this can lead to unconventional career paths. What seems like impracticality is often a search for significance. The 10th is an ongoing internal dialogue. Many people with high IQ report a near constant stream of internal conversation, analyzing, reflecting, re-evaluating. This relates to metacognition, the ability to think about one's own thinking. While this can enhance learning and self-awareness, it can also make the mind feel crowded. Neuroscientific studies link this to increased connectivity in regions associated with self-referential thought. What appears as quietness externally is often an active internal world, and when you step back, the picture becomes less about brilliance and more about complexity. High intelligence doesn't simplify life, it often deepens it. It adds layers where others might see clarity, questions where others find answers. The mind doesn't just move faster, it moves differently. Because in the end, having an extremely high IQ isn't just about knowing more, it's about seeing more, sometimes more than is comfortable, sometimes more than can be easily shared. And that quiet difference can shape a life in ways that aren't always visible, but are always there, just beneath the surface.